Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tell Me Why, a short, sharp podcast for busy Beatles people on the go who would like to be in the know. If you don't have the time to listen to an hour podcast or 2 hour podcast, which is a wonderful luxury that we all love to do, and I do that and I split them up over several nights. But if you don't have time to do that, this will give you the info that you're seeking in a very short period of time. And tonight, this is a hot topic, and we are here with one of my very favorite people. I mean, oh my gosh. I was just telling her pre-show that she's living the life we all wish we could be living, and she is doing a marvelous job of it. Let me just kind of fill you in. First of all, she is a content creator. She is a social media maven. She says that she has aspirations at one point to become a music journalist or a Beatles journalist, but wait, she's exceeded that already because I'm going to give you some of her stats from social media. For example, on Facebook, where she is doing Beatles news in brief. And in just a few minutes, you can find out each week what's going on. I mean, you listen, you know it, you go. So on Facebook, she has 20,000 followers, 20,000 followers. But it gets better because on Instagram, she has 26,400 followers. And on TikTok, and she is the queen of TikTok, there's no doubt about it, she has 32,400 followers. And she's been recognized by the New York Times, by BBC Radio, and the official Beatles page. I don't think the official Beatles page even knows I'm alive. I mean, oh my gosh, that's huge. In her spare time, she is the social media assistant for the Fest for Beatles Fans, which is not gone, people. It is coming back 2027. I am putting a red X on every day as we move closer to getting back to the fest. Please welcome the energetic, the exciting, the innovative Skylar Moody. Hey, Skylar.
Well, I could not have asked for a better introduction. I am very happy to be back. It's been too long. I am ready. We have a lot to talk about,
We have a lot to talk
to
about
say the
because
least.
today we are going to fill you guys in on the biopics. And by the way, English teacher here, I'm like, is that biopic or biopic? And I looked it up, and you know what?
I've
That's
heard both.
fine. Yeah, you can say
I
both.
say biopic though, but I've had friends say biopic, and to me that just sounds like if you want to say it that way, to me it sounds weird. I say biopic, but tomato, tomato.
Biopic is the preferred pronunciation. That is the way we're supposed to be going. So, oh my gosh, a lot is going on, and we'll
No
just
kidding.
let's start with the
You know
star.
how hard it is to keep up with it all. Every single day there's something new, and I'm just rushing to film something. It's crazy.
I
Because I'm
know.
like, I got to keep the people informed because they want to know. They want to hear what I have to say. They want to hear what everyone has to say.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I mean, you're in New York City, so that's exciting
Mhm.
enough. But can you imagine being in Liverpool right now?
They want to push me. I'd say I need to see everything that I can because it looks amazing. Just the way they're transforming the whole city, making it look like complete 1960s era. And I saw photos of the extras today because I know they're starting to shoot some of the scenes where they were performing at the cavern. And I'm going, oh my gosh, it would be a dream to even see that, let alone, be part of the production. It's crazy.
I would love it so much. My parents got to be extras in the movie Steel Magnolias, and they loved every second of it. It was the best summer of my father's life. Dolly Parton took the house two
Gosh.
doors down from us, and he started a walking program like you've never seen before. Okay, well, tell us about the star who is portraying the guy that started the band, the one, the only John Lennon.
Have Harris Dickinson, who I believe he is out of the four actors who are portraying the Beatles, he is the youngest. He's not that much older than me, actually. I believe he's 29 or 30, which is crazy enough. And he's been in the spotlight for, I'd say, about a decade now, more or less. So he's still fairly new to the scene. But if anyone has seen Where the Crawdads Sing, Baby Girl, Iron Claw, those are just some of the big movies that he's been in. And so now he's going to be our John Lennon. And of course, you know Jude, you know myself, John Lennon is our boy. So I know we are going to be very protective over this role. We're going to be watching Harris very closely, but from some of the photos that I've seen, I have a feeling he's going to do a good job.
And we're having a photo right now that's up on the screen of Harris and John side by side. Guys, okay, so look at the eyes and look
Hmm.
at the nose. I think he can do it, don't you, Skylar?
The photos where he was dressed in the Sergeant Pepper getup, the second I saw that, I went, oh my God. Like comparing that to how he was dressed as Beatlemania era John, when I saw him dressed in that 1967 look, I said, oh, he's got it. He's going to nail this. Knock on wood.
Yes, yes.
Knock on wood for all of this. I'm going based off of photos and what we've seen in the news, but I have a feeling he's going to do great.
Yeah. Okay. And so the next one, our wonderful bass player, the guy with this great musical acumen and songwriting talent who helped partner with John to create the Beatles catalog, Paul McCartney, who's playing him.
We have Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, so it's a little PM squared right there. I feel like that's fate, and I'm hoping that it is. And Paul's been in the spotlight for about the same time as Harris. If you've seen Gladiator 2, he's in that. If you've seen the newest movie, Hamnet, he is in that. He's been promoting that a lot lately. That's still on my watch list. So, got to get on that. I got to do my homework for all these guys. But he mainly got his start in theater. He was in productions of The Great Gatsby, Midsummer Night's Dream, Streetcar Named Desire. So he is no stranger to the acting scene. And I know from what I've heard, he has spent time with Paul McCartney. I've had some little inside sources telling me that he's been completely immersing himself in this role. He's been trying to nail that Scouse accent and just learn everything he can about Paul. So again, hopes and fingers crossed.
And I guarantee you, he's listening to the way he delivers sentences and his intonation and his pauses. I guarantee you, he's soaking it all up. So the next two we're going to pair together because that's the way my photo is, although certainly they deserve recognition in their own right. First, we have the man who changed the whole direction of the Beatles in 1965, George Harrison, when he was introduced to Ravi Shankar and not only changed the Beatles' music, but he changed their outlook on life, got them to go to Rishikesh. I mean, really, not to mention writing something, Here Comes the Sun and all that. But and beside him, you of course will see our beloved Ringo, who was the star of both the films. The grounding influence. Tell us about the actors who are playing Ringo and George.
Of Mr. Joseph Quinn, and he's been compared to Paul and Harris, he's been in the spotlight a little bit longer, but he mainly got recognized when he was in Stranger Things season 4. That's how I came to know of him. And so he was the first name that I really recognized when they were announcing all of the actors for the production. But I said, no way. Like I at first, it's still hard for me to picture him as George. I feel like I'm still in denial a little bit, but I went, oh my gosh, this is going to be exciting. But he's also been in A Quiet Place, Day One. He was also in Gladiator 2 with Paul Mescal. So I know those two are no strangers to working together. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play it out on screen. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, A Quiet Place, Day One is one of my favorite films. Powerful. I mean, so powerful. And he did a great job. So I'm with you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really see the face connection.
What I'm worried about. Yes, some of the photos I've been seeing, I'm a little, even like with all of the guys, I've seen that certain eras, some of them portray really well, but then other eras, I'm going, I don't quite see the vision yet, but I'm hoping there will be a little bit of editing magic. I hope, this is just what we're seeing because of press photos. But again, it's all unknown to us. We don't know how these are going to turn out in the end, but hoping for something good. I'm trying not to be pessimistic. I want to be optimistic on everyone's behalf.
Yeah. And like you posted, I think it was day before yesterday, or maybe it was Friday, you posted the picture of Paul Mescal riding the
Mhm.
bicycle as Paul. Well, okay, then I could kind of
As 15-year-old Paul, 29-year-old, and that's when I go, okay, I get that they have to do that, but he's got the hair down for sure, absolutely. But the baby face is not there, and that's when I'm going, oh. Oh, I'm hoping. Again, that editing magic is what we need. And I don't know what they're going to do, but we will see.
We will see. Okay, so tell us about the guy playing Ringo.
We have Barry Keoghan, and again, he's been in the spotlight for about the same amount of time as Joseph Quinn, but his filmography is so extensive. He's got the biggest range, I believe, out of all of them. He's been in Dunkirk, the Marvel movie Eternals. He's been in Saltburn. That was how I came to know him, which is a very chaotic movie to say the least. But at first I didn't see the vision of him as Ringo, but with all the photos we've been getting so far, I've been the most impressed with Barry. I think him and Harris are right at the top there because when I see Barry dressed as young Ringo 1964-ish, I look at him like some of the photos that have come out recently, I'm going, "Oh my gosh, like he's got the hair, I'm glad he has the eyes and even the wardrobe, just all of it put together." I have been extremely impressed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what's been surprising me.
Yeah, the shots have been great. So
Yeah.
I think the next one is my favorite choice. I mean, it is so,
Mhm.
so good. And that is the actor portraying Brian Epstein.
He's very big in TV and film. He's been in Lady Bird, which I when I was reading up on all these guys again just to refresh, I had to remind myself. I go, wait, he's in Lady Bird. Who did he play? Because I didn't recognize him right away. Now I know he's also been in an episode of Black Mirror, and most recently he's in the Netflix series House of Guinness. I have not had the chance to watch that yet, but again, I got to do my homework. I got to see how all of these guys act. I know it's going to be different in the biopics, but I'm excited. And seeing James and Brian side by side, oh, he's got the face completely.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
cannot wait to see more footage of him out there.
House of Guinness is phenomenal. I'll tell you right now, when you watch the last episode, you will literally scream, no, because they leave you hanging. And I'm like,
Good.
you gotta have season two. We gotta know what's happening. But my cat just jumped up in my lap. But I don't know if they're gonna do season two or not, especially with this going on. So it is so good. He is brilliant. He will do a great job as Brian. You're gonna love it.
I'm excited about all of this. Nervous, but excited. I
Well,
think that's how we all are.
I skipped over probably the most important person in the whole shebang, and that is the director. So tell us a little bit about the director.
So he is obviously no stranger to the scene. He's directed so many incredible films like Skyfall, 1917. He directed Hamnet, which Paul Mescal was in, as I mentioned before. So again, there's that little overlap of two people that have worked together in the industry. So I feel like they're going to have some great chemistry as well. And he's also well established in TV production and theater as well. He is no stranger to the scene. And, he's gotten permission from all of the Beatles estates, from everything for these films. So I feel like that shows a lot of credibility. They have their trust in him. And I trust that he's going to bring these movies to life in the best way that he can. And I'm glad that he's starting this early. I feel like he's going to take his time with the process. I'm glad that he chose to go the four movie route. It's going to be interesting because that's never been done for any biopics before. But the first thing that got me nervous was that there was only going to be one movie because I thought there's no way you can condense their story into 1 2 to 3 hour movie. It's impossible. So I'm very glad that he's taking that four movie approach because then each of them will get their spotlight and it has the chance to go into more detail. So, Sam Mendes, I am putting my life in your hands, to say the least. We all
We
are.
all are, Sam. No pressure. No, no pressure. Do you think, Skylar, this is just, I don't know if we even know this or not, but do you think they will do 4 2 hour movies and release them at the same time, or will they be spread out over a couple months? Do you have any idea of how that's going to play out?
As of right now, they're all set to be released on the same day, but I feel like that's going to change because if they all come out on the same day, no one's going to be able to watch all of them in the same day. If they do, I'm not if they do, when they do a movie premiere, they're not going to show all four of them at once. So I've been curious as to how they're going to space that out. I feel like at the very least, they should do each of the movies maybe a week or two apart just to give some breathing room. And whatever order fits best chronologically. I mean, that's up to Sam, that's up to the rest of the team. I don't know how they're going to sort it all out, but I feel like that's the approach we should take because I feel like giving it to all of us in one day, that would just be too overwhelming. And we kind of want everyone to ease into it, especially if you're new to the Beatles story.
Yeah, yeah, it would be, even for us, it would be overload. I mean,
I'm already overwhelmed and it's still 2 years away.
I know it's crazy. Okay, so we're going to skip to the ladies. And first,
Mhm.
the actress that is going to play the very lovely Inside and Out, Cynthia Lennon.
Before I didn't know who she was, but as soon as I saw, her photo and I watched a few interviews of her, and she just is so sweet, so charming. She was in Lord of the Rings series, Rings of Power. I know that's her most well-known role, but just her demeanor, like the way she presents herself, is just so Cynthia. That's the best way I can describe it. She's just so sweet, so kind. She seems very passionate. So I'm very excited to see her in this. And
Say
this
her
will be my first time seeing her on screen. I believe it's pronounced Morfydd Clark.
Morfydd. That is it's
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful name. She's must be an Irish actress, I'm guessing.
Is of English or Irish descent, except for Lucy Boynton.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
believe, yes, that's what I've learned.
Okay, that is interesting. Now, a super casting and one when you see them side by side, it's like, oh my goodness, is the person playing Patty Boyd. Tell us about her.
I am familiar with her work. I've seen her in the Netflix series Sex Education. She's also in season 3 of White Lotus, but she's only recently come into film. She mainly does, TV or limited series, but just them, the two of them side by side. I hate that we haven't seen, the full portrayal of her dressed as Patty yet, but I'm very excited for that. I have very high hopes.
Don't you think she absolutely looks like her?
Yeah, I can definitely. I mean, especially when she gets like into her full like wig, costume, makeup, I guarantee you it's going to be even better. I can't wait to see more photos come out.
It's going to
Again,
be,
I'm anxious, but I'm like, oh my goodness, I need something. I need something with the ladies because we've only been seeing the guys. I got to see more.
yeah, yeah. Okay. The one that I really think is the absolute best, I think that James Norton as Brian is great, but this one is perfect. And this is the actress playing Maureen Starkey.
We've got Mia McKenna Bruce. I recently just saw the first photo of her dressed as Maureen just came out, and oh my goodness, she completely nails it. I cannot wait to see her as Mo as the years progress because I love Mo's look in the late 60s, and I feel like she's just going to be so perfect for this role. She was also, I've seen her promoting in terms of recent work she's been in. There's a British TV series called The Lady. She's been promoting that a lot recently. She was also in the Netflix series Agatha Christie's Seven Dials. So there's some of her work for you guys if you want to check it out. But yes, I agree. Like she has the look down completely.
Yeah. I mean, she, without any makeup or anything, she could just really paint
Yeah,
her range.
that's what's impressive. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a good choice.
She is so excellent. I'm working right now on the interviews with Maureen Cleave that Maureen did in January and February of 66. And uh, when Ringo starts talking about how he married Maureen when she was underage, and so her parents signed her over to him. And he says, so I own her.
I had no clue.
Oh my gosh. I just started
He
laughing.
would make that joke.
I started laughing. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, now here's one that I'm sure is going to be great, but I do have some reservations. I don't think she looks very much, but this is the actress playing Jane Asher.
Lucy Boynton, the second I heard her name, I was ecstatic because I remember her exactly from Bohemian Rhapsody. I loved her role in that film. And, the more I see comparison photos, the more I can see her as Jane. But again, she could portray Cynthia very well. I'm comparing, the way that I saw Lucy in Bohemian Rhapsody, how they styled her, how they did her hair and makeup, and she could pass for Cynthia easily. But I feel like for Jane, she's going to be incredible for sure.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better because she's blonde. She is a cute
Mhm.
little. But I'm sure they can do their magic, as you say. They will do their magic. Now, guys, there are what? How many people that we can't talk about? 30. Skylar, 30 more people that we can't talk about
We
it.
could go for an hour if we could. We'll
Yeah,
do a part two.
yeah, for sure. But one that we definitely want to mention because our buddy Rogue Best is very happy about this one
Mhm.
and got to brag. Tell us about the person playing Mimi.
We have Leanne Best as Aunt Mimi. So she is Rogue Best's daughter, Pete Best's niece, and she studied at LIPA. So she is incredibly serious about her acting career. She's been in several TV series. She's been in Black Mirror as well. She's been in Ted Lasso. And again, we just had these first photos of her come out when they were shooting at Mendips this past week, and she looks great. I cannot wait. I'm so happy that she's, associated with the Beatles family and we're having her be involved in these films because, this is her family in a way. She's connected very closely. So I love having that tie. And I know Rogue is very proud. So, Rogue, we are proud on your behalf as well.
Yes, we love it. We absolutely love it. Okay, so anyone that we haven't mentioned that really stands out for you personally that you want to mention?
I have three, so I will go quick. But Saoirse Ronan as Linda, I cannot wait because Saoirse is very known for being in these strong female lead roles. She's been in Lady Bird, she's been in Little Women, and Linda is definitely the strong female of the entire pack. The more I learn about Linda's story, I just see how incredibly fierce and passionate she was. And, Paul was right up there to cheer her on. Like, in a way, she was more of the dominant one sometimes, I believe. So I'm very excited. I know Saoirse will play that role very well, and Saoirse can do an incredible American accent. So there's just something to note. But I'm very excited about her with Anna Sawai as Yoko. We've been seeing a lot of her in the press, more so than anyone else in terms of speaking about the film. And I see that she's incredibly passionate about telling Yoko's story. She's speaking, very highly of the boys who are playing the Beatles. So I feel like she's kind of been that voice of reassurance, and I can see how invested she is in the role. Of course, as well as everyone else's, I'm sure, but she's been the one mainly speaking out. So I've been paying attention to her a lot, and I'm very excited to see the kind of story that she portrays. And then finally, Daniel Hoffman Gill as Mal Evans. I saw that he met up with Mal's children, Julie and Gary, recently. And Julie and Gary are some of the sweetest people that I have ever met in my entire life. And I feel like they've embraced him. And I've taken note of how he's embracing this role. He's just incredibly passionate about bringing Mal's story to life. And I feel like he also has that same sweet demeanor that Mal had and that his children have. And again, I'm just excited to see him portray him.
Yeah, and there's so many people, guys. I mean, you think Stu
Mhm.
is going to be in there, and I've seen this.
Yeah.
He's great. Neil Aspinall. I mean, we have got so this is going to be amazing. Now, they've started filming. Tell us a little bit about that. Where are they and what's going on?
Started off in London and right now they're in Liverpool because they've been filming at Paul and John's childhood homes. They're starting to film in different streets. They've got the whole Matthew Street set up right now. They're doing some cavern scenes. That's as far as I know, but it seems like they're going to be going back and forth between Liverpool and London a lot.
Yeah, and we're putting up a shot right now from Liverpool, and then there are a couple more coming up. So, I mean, this is happening, isn't it?
Very quickly, a lot quicker than I imagined it would be. My goal, I'm trying to guess which films they're doing first. Like, a lot of people believe that they were starting with Ringo's just because we were seeing so many press shots of Barry. But then at the same time, you don't know. You're never going to know. So it's kind of fun to piece everything together. It's that when you first get just the chunk of photos thrown at you, it's so overwhelming for fans of all generations because some people are really excited, some people are not so happy that these films are happening, but either way it's so chaotic, but it's giving us something to talk about. It's kind of uniting us in a way, even if we don't agree and some people don't have that same level of excitement. It's still something to talk about. There's still that discourse, and I'm going, this is only the beginning because imagine how it's going to be when these movies finally come out. the Beatles are going to be in the spotlight more than ever before, at least in this decade. And I am just so I'm so eager. I'm so scared. I'm so anxious. I'm so excited. We're feeling all of the emotions.
Are
And
we
that's
talk,
an understatement.
are we talking 2027, do you think, or 2028?
Originally, it was set for 2027, but that was as of 2 years ago when they first made the announcement. Right now, they're set for 2028. And
Yeah.
hopefully, they don't push it.
It would be nice. I mean, I know it isn't going to happen. There's just no way. But if it were 2027, right around the time of the fest, when we could all just go together, wouldn't that just be? Well, what fill us in on anything about the fest that we need to know?
I mean, as everyone knows, they're taking a break this year because they want to try to re-envision Fest a little bit because as everyone knows, it's been going on since the 70s. It's kind of had the same format, the same lineup over the years, but of course, we're starting to lose many of our special guests and, maybe, some, for a second. Attendance hasn't been the same as it was back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. So I feel like I'm sad that we're taking this break because it means I won't get to see some of my friends that I see once or twice a year. But at the same time, I'm grateful because I know, no pun intended, we're all going to come together and try to see what can make Fest better. We're going to bring all of our ideas to the table, just see what's been working, what hasn't been working, how we can change things up, what's something new that we can bring to the table. And I feel like we're going to come back and stronger than ever. And I am so ready to be a part of it as part of the next generation.
I agree. And it's, in anything that you do, you have to retool. You have to stop and think and retool. And I'm so glad that they made the bold decision to do that. And I'm so glad that you are their social media assistant and you're in there, with a voice for this generation. What appeals today, And with that being said, and your comments a minute ago on the movies, I mean, guys, how can you be against this? Because the films are keeping the legend alive. And,
Try to say.
yeah, 46 years after John Lennon's passing, here we are making these films. And I mean, it's just incredible. What do you think he'd have to say about all this, Skylar?
I mean, with the movies and just the hype in general and seeing how fans are today, I feel like his first reaction would be, you guys are nuts. It's been 60 plus years. But at the same time, he would love it. He would love to see the younger fans. He would love to see how people are still listening to his music and they're trying to promote, his messages of peace and just the Beatles' messages of peace and love. And he would just love it. He would love that it's still carrying on and he would try to amplify it to the best of his ability.
I think so too. And so, guys, look, here's the way it is. There's too much division right now in the world. There's too much anger. There's too much, you pointing. Let's all come together on these biopics. Let's all get behind them and let's all support them and follow Skylar because she is going to keep you updated almost on a daily basis. I mean, I'm watching her Facebook page every single night when I go to bed. So, Skylar, tell them where they can find you.
On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much every social media platform. If you just search my name, Skylar Moody, you will find me. You will be informed on almost everything going on in the Beatles world. You'll see some history videos, you'll see some funny videos, you'll get your weekly news recaps. It's a little bit of everything. And I like to think it's for all generations. So give me a follow if you're not subscribed already.
I love it. I'm a big fan. Your George Harrison birthday video was my favorite one of them. You are good. You are so good. So
Thank you.
coming,
I appreciate it. I'm humbled.
I appreciate you and everybody. Listen, you're missing out if you're not following Scholar because it's so hard for you to suss this stuff out on your own. She's doing the work for you. Why not let her do it? You enjoy it. She's going to keep you up to date. So Thank you, Skylar. Thank you for being here. All right,
Thank you
guys,
very much.
we close as we always do by reminding you to shine on.
Peace and love.